Hello everyone, we're going to start a short new series, and this is the first video in that series called 5-minute demos, where we're just going to compartmentalize certain parts of the software, make a quick video showing you all how they work, and this is in contrast to our full demo video, which is about 30 minutes, and I know that most people aren't sitting through that. So what we're going to do in this first video is just the main part of the software, so the quoter tied to the quote compare tool. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to run a basic quote. So I'm going to put in 10,000. Level, we'll leave it as an Ohio male, and we're just going to put in 55 years old. We'll leave off the height, weight for now, no nicotine, and bank EFT. We're going to leave the right side of the drug and health information blank for now. So you can see there's only two primary parts of the software. It's your client's information here, and the drug and health information over here. We hit get quote, and we're presented with our quotes, and they're ordered from lowest premium to highest premium, and we also sort by coverage type. So in this case, I ran day one coverage, so there's really no sorting needed, but we always put level day one above graded, above modified, and then there's guaranteed issue lumped in with the modified. So we try to show the quote unquote best option for the client at the top. Now, what we'll do is we'll enter in some basic drug and health information. So the nice thing about our system is that as long as you put in a condition, put in past, well, you would probably just type in cancer. And we split things up into as few options as we can. So current and past cancer are, the two main options you'd use for cancer. And if it's relevant, we'll have to select the type of cancer, the date they were last treated, we'll say 2016, the date they were diagnosed, and then some follow-up questions depending on the carriers that you have selected as well. I'm just going to click through them for now, but now that we put in that condition and answered all the questions, we've now put in everything relevant for past cancer. Now, when you can, please do put in an accurate date of birth because, if you don't put in an accurate date of birth, then underwriting results may be a little bit less accurate if there's recently filled medications. I'm going to take in X there. And then another question we get asked is, well, if I put in the health condition, do I also have to put in the medication? The answer is no. It's always best to put in medications when you can, but you don't have to. So you can see I'm walking through the same set of questions, even though I put in the medication as opposed to putting in the health condition for cancer. The other thing that we'll take a look at, and we'll put in a drug here, spironolactone. We'll say it's for high blood pressure, and you can see we try to show the accepted uses for medications. Put it in and we'll run the quote. And we have a secondary indication in our software. So if based on the data that we have and what we know, it might get referred. You might see a red dot here, and there's other reasons we'll show the red dot, but in general, it's because something you put in might trigger something with that carrier, and spironolactone is a very common one. It might trigger, it might go graded, so whenever you see that red dot, make sure you mouse over it and take a look. Additionally, whenever we're showing a medication or you put in the condition that's going to result, and I'll put in a more obvious one here, I'll put an AFib. It's going to result in something that's not day one coverage. It'll show you why. So it's always important to understand why underwriting works the way it does, so our system will actually tell you that. And if a carrier is excluded for any reason, it'll show at the bottom and it'll tell you why. So that's important to understand as well. And then you'll see here, if your commission's going to get cut, we'll show you that. We'll show you if a carrier has true Social Security billing. If a plan is graded or modified, we'll show you the parameters of that plan so you can show your client. And then, of course, you can see the Y button here. So lastly, before I skip it, if you ever want to save a case, you can actually push it over to the CRM. All the medications and whatnot will be pushed over there, and you can come back at a later time to push it back over. So don't forget about the push to CRM. And the last thing I'll do, people usually ask, why don't I put in a face amount of premium when I run a quote? And the reason is we designed it just the way you use it in the field. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify what plans the client qualifies for, because your health buys life insurance, money does not. So let's say in this case they qualify for Trinity. We hit compare. Everything is pushed over to the left and right sides here. Let's say I want to quote my client 10,000, 15, and 20. I hit compare quotes, and it'll show me my three options. And at this point, if I'm selling over the phone, I just read them out. And if I have my iPad or my tablet in front of the client, I just spin it around and I show them. So that is our brief 5-minute demo of how to use the primary parts of the software, which is the quoter and the quote compare tool. And as usual, if you have any questions, you can send me an email, or us an email, contact@FexToolkit.com, or you can leave a comment on this video. Thanks.